Welcome. Listen, oftentimes when I am ushering in a season of life, or a season within my life, okay, there are times where I am attracted to certain language, to certain people, to certain frequencies, and they really draw me in. I connect with them, and I love that because it opens up my eyes to truly the law of attraction and what it means for my healing journey, to my journey closer to God. And I am so here for a collective. And I felt like there is a message that is in the cosmos that I need to grab onto and kind of synthesize or give it to you in a way that feels good, is motivational, filled with love, inspiration, and some guidance. Tap in. Now, I know the reason why you're here. Hey, Travis, I know the reason why you're here. I know the reason why I'm here. But I feel like there's more to this message that needs to tap in with you than what I am initially feeling. Okay, so let's unpack all of this together. My name is Cass Young. I'm an intuitive prophetic speaker, and I am here to guide you to stand in your power and your purpose. Ten of Pentacles coming out. Whoa, immediately when I say what the pull is, what the attraction is, I'm really feeling this collective. I feel like you are being pulled to this message because there is a word, there is an alignment, there is a hunger for you to like hunker down where you are. Like, I feel like the collective has been moving around so much. You know what? It's quite interesting that this is even coming up. I feel like the collective has been moving around so much that you are like tired, and not just moving around physically. I'm talking about your mind has been pulled in so many different directions that you are just like, okay, I want to sit still. I want to stay still for a moment. And collective, the way that the media has orchestrated your attention coming up again, collective. Whoo, the way the media has orchestrated how you divvy out your attention has been quite diabolical as of late. Tap in, and I'm not a big fan of it, and I suspect that you aren't either. And it causes you to be on high alert at all times. Tap in. So not only are you on high alert in your everyday environment, but when you open up your apparatus to see what's going on in the world, collective, boom, you got to look at what's going on over here. You got to look at what's going on over here, and it is overwhelming. And I feel like this season is a season to call back, not just back your power, but call in your attention. Call in where you're choosing to give your time and attention, collective. Yes. Ten of Pentacles is really calling the collective to say, hey, there is a space for you to kind of like relax. There's a space for you to sit down. There's a space for you to smell the coffee. There's a space for you to really like not have to engage in the political aspects of what's going on outside your window. So I feel like the Ten of Pentacles is calling you home. It's calling you to sit and reflect. It's calling you to ground yourself. You know, you put your attention out in so many different places. Wow, I'm looking out the window. Those mountains are beautiful. Wow, I've never seen them just come through my window like that. Sorry, guys, I just took a glimpse. But when God is calling us to sit down and call our energy back, call our attention back, it is because we feel uncentered. It is because we feel like things might be a little bit off balance, things are a bit unkiltered. And you know what? Might be right about that, collective. So when I'm saying like you attracted this message, it's because this message wants you to sit down and come home, baby. It wants your attention to sit down and come home, baby. And so I'm feeling that. So my goal in this message, as I unpack, unravel, and transmit divine message. My goal for you is to feel like you are speaking to somebody at home. Tap in. My goal is for you to feel like you are melting in safety. Tap in. My goal for you is to believe and know, not just believe, but know that you have the power to create a sanctuary, not just within yourself, but with God. You know, today as I was doing my studies in my Bible, I have a study Bible that goes with it, and this study Bible is quite advanced. Even I, sometimes reading the word, I'm like, girl, this is a lot of information. Like, what does this even mean? But one of the notes that I took today, and I hope you don't mind if I share it with you, collective, because I found it quite beautiful. Let me go to it real quick. Type of 1 in the chat if you are an OG here. Type of 2 in the chat if you are new here, collective. But let me just go real quick to a message that I had in here in my studies, because I felt like it was quite interesting. Here it is. It was a phrase for my journal, and it says, Jesus is the meeting place of heaven and earth, the one who sees me and renames me for what I will become. And that really came from the name Cephas that was given to, if I'm not mistaken, Peter. And it was given to Peter not because he was a rock at that time. Please correct me. It might be Peter. It might be somebody else. Nathaniel, maybe. I can't remember. Or Simon. Yeah, I think it was Simon. Simon or Peter. And he was given the name Cephas as a rock, not because of who he was at the time, but because of who he would become, collective. And in order to become the rock later on in his life, he had to first come home and center himself. Tap in, collective. So if you feel like you're being spread all over the place and you don't really know where to go, what to do, you feel overwhelmed, you feel like there's not places for you to move, or just whatever it is, I want you to come center yourself, collective. And the 10 of Pentacles is definitely giving you center yourself vibes. Yeah, slow down and just sit in nature. And sometimes, I recognize that people just can't go outside all the time, but you can slow down and enjoy a cup of coffee, a cup of tea. Okay, even if your tea, my grandma used to drink hot water with lemon and a little bit of honey. Okay. This is coffee. I need more than a little bit of lemon and honey. Okay. But I want you to sit down, take a few deep breaths, and call your attention back to you. And you know what's interesting, collective? I've struggled with this, and I'm sure many of you have struggled with it, especially in this everyday world and everything that's going on. But it might be difficult for you to focus on calling your attention back because that hit of dopamine is not there. It's time to rewire your brain and speak to yourself and speak to God and speak to God. Excuse me, I think I said that wrong first time. Yeah, speak to God by speaking to yourself and having that conversation. I think that's how I wanted to say it. Thank you for that clarification. And really, honestly, fight the urge to have to check what's going on in your phone. Fight the urge to have to call somebody immediately. Give yourself an opportunity to call your attention back to you, collective. That's what the 10 of Pentacles is asking for you to do. And when you do that, I have a sense, collective, that you'll start to not only feel rejuvenated, but you'll also feel validated. You'll know you're validated, and things might start to click for you and make sense for you, collective. Because when your attention is everywhere but centered, from time to time, you will feel, what's the word I'm looking for, y'all? You will feel confused. Tap in. You will feel confused. You will get confused. And we don't want that for the collective. So please, y'all, please What you are attracting with this 10 of Pentacles is the need to sit. And I'm here for you, collective. I'm here for you if you decide to do that. Now, let's talk about a reason. Swords came out. We're going to put the Queen of Swords over there because I feel like she got a deeper message for us. Now, let's see like the reason why you're here. What is this divine timing to sit down? What is the message that the collective needs to receive right now? Ooh, I see shadow work in reverse. Let's see what else. Let's clarify that shadow in reverse, please. Tap in. There we go. Let's do this shadow work in reverse. So something is coming out of the dark and something is about to hit the light. Ooh, wait. Yes. Now, collective, sit. Somebody got $1 million plan. Not just $1 million plan, collective, tap in. Well, that's good. Not just $1 million plan, collective, but I feel like there's $1 million mindset. And there is a difference between people that have $1 million and have a poverty mindset and those that, making an honest living and have $1 million mindset and making life work for them, collective. And I feel like Coco, get off that paw. Hey, Coco is chewing her paw, y'all. We got to get her out of that habit. I'll be spraying a little stuff on it, but sometimes it just don't, Anyway, collective, so as you are sitting and calling your attention back, you will find that your mind will start to make sense of all the opportunities that came by you at one point in time. You said, oh, it's me. Oh, y'all know I love this emoji here. When I see this emoji come through my chat, y'all, it get me hyped. I love it. It's something about that emoji. Just like, yes, it's like a kiss of life. I'm trying to like perfection. Tap in. So listen, and when you call your attention back, when you are invited to call your attention back, which I am inviting you to do that, and God is inviting you to do that as well. Okay, stop giving your attention to all these people that don't deserve it. There will be something that comes into focus for you that perhaps you forgot about. You saw in passing, or somebody said something to you a while ago. It was a planted seed, and now there's room for it to bloom because you're giving it the attention that it needs by sitting down and calling your attention back and calling your energy back. So all of that energy is being placed into the pot that it needs to go into, which is you. So collective, I'm seeing shadow work in reverse. So a lot of work has definitely been done with the collective, but this positive flow is leading into a reversal of the Five of Pentacles. So a lot of you have been sitting in a mindset that you got to do everything all at once for every reason, for everybody except for you. But right now, collective, as you sit and you invite your attention back to you, now, baby, something about the bloom within you. You are being invited to take that $1 million idea, to take that moment of time, to take that piece of information and go deeper into it. Tap in, collective. Oh, I really like this Five of Pentacles and shadow work in reverse. I like to go a little bit deeper with that because it's about the intent at this point. See what I'm saying, collective? How many of you, type of one in the chat, if this has ever been you, where you've had an idea that felt great at the time, right? You're like, yes, this is it. This is going to get us out the hood, baby. Tap in. I'm about to be big pimping with my chains on. Okay, tap in. I know this is it. And then you put like, let's say a week, a month, even 6 months of energy into it, and then you stop. I'm putting my one in the chat by raising my hand. And then you stop. And then you turn around a year or two later, okay? And you're like, oh yeah, I forgot I was working on that. And then you get back to it. And then you might lose your interest again because your attention is drawn elsewhere. Collective, whatever that project was that you were passionate about, that you knew was going to change your life, change other people's lives, collective, you are being invited to revisit that idea. Tap in. And I have a feeling, collective, that you might have come up with this idea with somebody else along the way, and they abandoned the idea completely. They ain't never even revisit the idea. They ain't never call you up and say, hey, remember that time we was talking about this thing? None of that. None of that. I feel like this idea, this energy, this thought, this blooming process that you are tapping into because you called your energy back, collective, I really do feel like this is something that you need to truly focus on. This is energy worthy. Tap in, collective. Even if, whoa, I'm even getting this message right now, collective, even if this was something that you felt like you weren't qualified for. So I feel like a lot of you are looking to, I feel like applying to a job that you might not, or you on paper might not be qualified for, but in all actuality, you really are. You're just looking for a in. Collective, I feel like you need to introduce yourself. I said it. I feel like you need to open up your mouth and introduce yourself. I'm talking about be bold. I'm talking about have all the audacity. Because the thing is that where you want to go, whether it's in your career, whether it is asking questions to somebody who might be, as my grandma used to say, above your pay grade and knowledge, meaning that they have, limited access to, however you access them, like whatever, like you need to introduce yourself, collective. My goodness. All I keep hearing is introduction, timing, intent. And your intent is to take whatever this gift is, whatever this thought is, whatever this business is, this process is, and elevate it to the next level. But you need the right door to open. God is placing on your heart, collective, I'm telling you, because it's placed on my heart to tell you that you need to introduce yourself and open up the door yourself. That is what's being said here. And every thought that you have that you didn't think that you were worthy, you don't believe that you have the juice, or you don't have the credentials, all that is going out the window, because you do got the juice and you do have the credentials, collective. Tap into that. Okay. We talked about positioning yesterday. We talked about positioning this entire month, because this is your month of breakthrough. This is your breakthrough season, collective. And I feel like, listen, if you want to break through anything, break but on you, collective. Whoa, I just saw a glitch in the matrix. Did y'all see it? Did I jump? Did I skip? That ain't nothing but the devil trying to take this word away. I'm telling you, collective, God, please protect this stream. Please allow this message to get to who it needs to get to, because, man, I tell you, every time I get into a word, boom, the glitch in the matrix happens. But it's never going to stop this word from getting through. Collective, this is your opportunity. This is your confirmation. This is your confirmation that leads to another breakthrough. I know breakthrough season sounds like, oh, it's all going to happen at once. No, your breakthrough season is miniature breakthroughs. It's big breakthroughs. It's medium breakthroughs. It's other people's breakthroughs. Like, this is just a season of opening up the possibility. This is the atmosphere to do it. Tap and collect. Woo, somebody said, baby, we are the glitch. Amen to that. I love that. Now that's a word, baby. That is a word, and I love it. And thank you for that, baby. Thank you. Woo-wee. Now let me take a sip of coffee on that. Now let me continue on with this message, collective. Woo-wee, I love that. Queen of Swords is over here looking sideways, and I'm about to see what's going on with her. But I just need to let you know the reason why you're feeling that way is because you're sitting on $1 million idea, collective, that deserves your attention, which is why you need to call your attention back. That's why you're being invited to sit down and truly go into a space where you get to powerfully call your attention back to you, collective. If you got to go through some breathing exercises, if you have to say it out loud, if you have to go into your prayers, if you have to find a book that helps you center yourself, collective, your attention is all over the place. Close down those apps. Take some of those apps off of your phone, collective. I'm telling you, like, this is not even a game, because the way that this world has been playing games with your attention, collective, is sick. It's sick. It's 100% diabolical. It's nasty work. The way that this collective is being duped into giving their attention to everything but themselves, everything but to God. Tap in, collective. No, 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 no. Woo, this message is crazy. Let's see what the confirmation is, collective, because man, if we're being called, if we're being pulled to call our attention back, if we're being pulled to call our attention back because we have a bigger purpose that we need to focus on, then let's look at the confirmation that is coming through, collective. Oh my goodness. Oh baby. 2 of Pentacles and the 5 of Wands. My goodness, collective. Let's break it down. Let's channel this message. Tap in. We got the 6 of Swords on the side. Queen of Swords, 6 of Swords on the side. We're gonna unpack her in a little bit, okay? But if I'm thinking about the seal, if I'm thinking about the evidence, if I'm thinking about here's your sign that you have been waiting on, first of all, this message is your sign, baby, okay? Tap into that. Because my girl just said, baby, we are the glitch. And I love that. Hey, Leslie. Hey, Leslie. Hey, Leslie, girl. We're talking about calling your attention back to you. Not just your power, but your attention back to you, baby, okay? And so when I'm thinking about the seal, what's sealing the deal here is you already knew. You already knew what needed to happen. You already knew that you felt a disconnect. Collective, as much as I love pouring into you, as much as I love validating your experiences, because I always will, especially on the positive side, I also have to validate the intricacies of life. And oftentimes when your attention is everywhere, you're longing for something else. You're longing for a replacement. You're longing from, hi, India. You're longing for something deeper. You're longing for something more, for something that is fulfilling, collective. And I feel like your confirmation is that you knew that was an issue. You just didn't put a name to it, collective. And I'm telling you right now, the name of it is a longing. I need you to take this as a declaration that your attention needs to come back to you. I need you to take it as a declaration that the idea, the thought, the energy that you put into one thing and then suddenly you turn simply because your attention was everywhere else, that is a declaration you need to get back to it. And the 5 of Wands calls you to truly look inside of yourself, collective. The 5 of Wands is literally telling you that this is heart-centered. This is a heart-centered business. This is a heart-centered idea. This is a soul-centered idea for you, collective. It is twofold, especially with the 2 of Pentacles. This is twofold for you. This is a combination of what God is transmitting to you, and this is a combination of how you're going to make it happen here in the 3D collective. A lot of times, to Crown Collective, listen to me. A lot of the times when you go through a breakthrough, there's often like this back and forth of, well, if I'm soul-centered, if I'm God-centered, then how can I take something that is sacred and manifest it in the 3D? Collective. If God is telling you to do something here in the 3D, the argument don't need to be there. That is an argument within your ego. That might be an argument in you telling yourself that you're not good enough. And let me tell you, we banish all those thoughts. We rebuke those thoughts in the name of the Holy Spirit, okay? Absolutely not. 5 of Wands is saying this is heart-centered. 2 of Pentacles is a duality. And you will fight that ego-driven. Listen, Travis, was I clapping yesterday or not? Okay. And when I was clapping yesterday, I was saying what, Travis? Do not take the bait. And so when those limiting beliefs come in, I don't want you to take the bait, okay? You got to talk to yourself, for real. You have to talk to yourself. You have to talk to God. You have to say, God, this limiting belief is making me scared. Please give me the strength to move through this, to bust through this. Tap in. Woo-wee, I love that this is your confirmation. I know this is a confirmation. I know this is a seal for you. This is not a suggestion. This is a declaration, collective. Tap in. Ooh, what else you got for us, collective? What else you got for us in this message? Oh, I'm loving how this message is coming together, collective. Oh my gosh. And I thank each and every one of you for being here as I shuffle these cards. I want to take a moment and thank every last one of you for being here. I know that I've been going live just off the cuff lately, and that's because my messages have been downloading for me, like just like that. Hi, D Nice, thank you so much. So I when I come on just spontaneously like I did today and not planning, it's because the messages are like, boom, girl, God is like, girl, you gotta say this message today. Okay, so tap in. And y'all, I just want to reiterate this to y'all. Most times when I come to y'all with these messages, I just know that there is a message to be had. I never know what's coming out of my mouth. So you get the unfiltered, channeled message in real time. In real time. So the fact that you guys walk through this with me is I appreciate it, and I love you guys for it. Okay, tap in. So let's continue on with this beautiful message that you attracted in your timeline, collective, your confirmation, and your breakthrough. I feel like this is a major breakthrough, collective, to call your attention back. And notice, I did not say energy. I did not say energy. I did not say power. I said call your attention back. Call it back to you. You have to do that by speaking it, by going into your prayers, your devotions, but also you have to take the physical aspect, the physical steps to do that. If that means turn off your phone, if that means telling people that you are unavailable, if that means choosing you over somebody else, collective, I'm telling you that that's what you have to do. You have to call your attention back. It keeps coming to me that the attention is the currency that people are thriving off of. If you hear this message, let me tell you how real I am about it. If you hear this message right now, and this app, the one you're watching me on, YouTube, is taking all of your attention away, and I'm telling you this right now, I want you to shut down the app. And that's how real I am. That's how serious I am about this conversation. Once you hear this message, boom. Okay, roll. Let's keep it going. Woo-wee. My goodness. I won't be long, but I surely will be strong. I'm going to take Coco on the bay today, y'all. I'm going to take her for a nice walk. I'm actually going to take myself for a nice walk. Shoot, tap in, okay? Time is value, your attention, like just how your brain moves. Like, it's people who I've known to be thinkers, right? That are having a hard time focusing. Said this resonates. Miss Leslie, I'm telling you, Travis, I'm telling you. Like, I know people that could back in the day would read hundreds of books a year, and they can't even focus anymore because their attention is everywhere. The way that these phones, the way that social media, the way that the news has gathered our attention has been absolutely straight up demonic and diabolical. And we find ourselves enthralled in this because we want to know what's happening around us. We want to know what's going on in the world. We want to know what's happening to the people that we love and that we care about. Tap in. We know that these things are important. But when you call your attention back to you energetically and physically, you then get to dole it out where it is necessary. That's what I'm saying to you, collective. Woo-wee. Let's talk about it. I just wanted to flip over. The Two of Wands. My goodness. The Two of Wands. I got the Four of Wands. And I could have sworn I just seen somebody say Empress in the chat. And we got the Empress. So we got the Two of Wands, the the Four of Wands and the Empress. Ooh, this is the breakthrough. Oh, baby, this is the breakthrough. Tap in. With this Four of Wands, I love this. It's almost like I'm feeling these, like the pillars coming up out of the ground, the pillars of knowledge, the pillars of trust and truth coming out of the ground and just holding you up like this. Like, and not just holding you up like physically, but holding up your beliefs, your thoughts, your ideas, your truth as you walk through it. This is a portal. This is an access point. This is a manifestation point, collective. Ooh, I love this. Breakthrough season is showing out. Breakthrough season is showing out. I'm also gathering, collective, that you are being invited to really love on this part of you. If you are being open to release, love on you releasing whatever it is that needs to let go. And for a lot of you, I said it yesterday and I'm going to say it again. For a lot of you, you need to let go of the fact that you have been not let go. Let me take that back, because let go sounds careless. It sounds like you have to forget about something. No, that's not the word that I'm going to sit with, and I'm not going on that hill. I want you to honor, tap in. I want you to honor. This is something that came up yesterday. Honor that many of you have gone through some of the darkest trials, the darkest moments, the steepest, deepest valleys, the coldest trenches, the quietest caves, okay? Where you have looked up in the sky and have seen no stars, no moon, that you have been fighting battles that people have placed on you through their spiritual hooks. I'm talking about spiritual warfare. I want to be able to say it in a way where it resonates with you instead of just saying spiritual warfare. Okay, tap in. I'm talking about people hunting your spirits and trying to capture them. And it happens a lot through trauma. It happens a lot through people putting their power over you, which is why I am coming to you saying, not only reclaim your power, but stand in your power and find your divine purpose, collective. Tap in. That's what I'm saying to you. And this Four of Wands with the Empress is really giving me that energy of like, you know what? Yes, walk through this next part of your life, knowing what your story is and honoring it. And me saying like, let go, I feel like that was going to the part where I was speaking about yesterday in my live stream, where I'm saying, don't allow people to continue to feed off of your sacred services. Let go of that. Tap in. And as I'm channeling this message and it's coming through me, I wanted to put one before the other, but definitely honoring your power, honoring your source, honoring your journey, your story. Tap in. The Empress is calling you to love on that part of you. I talked about forgiveness of yourself yesterday. Tap in. And how many of you have struggled with forgiving yourself, forgiving your services away to other people. I'm talking about your heart-centered services. I'm talking about your mind. I'm talking about your energy. I'm talking about your body. Tap in. You gave it away to people who were truly undeserving. But because you always come from a healing perspective, collective, even when you didn't know you were, because you always come from a healing perspective, I absolutely agree that Jesus is king. You ain't saying nothing new over here. Thank you very much for reiterating that. And you are free to type that in the chat and nothing else, sir. Or you can keep it pushing. I think Candace Owens like saying that too. Now, as you honor this part of you that gave your healing properties to other people because you are so healing, that's where I was at. Thank you. Thank you. All right, y'all. I must be hitting the algorithm. Travis, I must be headed somewhere. All right. It's always a good sign when we see these type of messages come through. So thank you, God, for that. All right, Travis got his Travis, you be lazy. How you do that, Travis? How you just be Travis, talk about calling your attention back. Travis be like this. Okay. Collective. Let me get back to my message. I'm not gonna let my attention go anywhere else. I'm calling my attention back to me, just the same way I want you to call your attention back to you, collective. Let me continue on. I feel like the Empress is telling you, collective, that you have been giving away your healing properties. That includes your body, tap in, to people who don't deserve it because you came in the name of healing, tap in, even when other people weren't. You were siphoning you, siphoning off of you, siphoning through you. And instead of you being hard on yourself, instead of you blaming yourself and sitting in that, the Empress and the Four of Wands asks you, invites you to honor that part of your journey where you were where you were. You thought what you thought. You felt what you felt. You made the decisions based off of that. And you're not there anymore. You don't have to carry that weight. And you shouldn't carry that weight. Do with it what is meant to be or meant to do. Be a part of your journey. Be a part of your story. The Two of Wands. Man, the Two of Wands be sitting here like, girl, what about me? Okay, what about me? I feel like the Two of Wands is inviting you, out of all things, to start writing. Collective, this take it how it resonates. There's a documentation that's coming about here. And I feel like now more than ever, it is time for the collective to start documenting their journeys. I want you to remember, like, we are here for a blink of an eye, right? We're here on the face of the planet at a blink of an eye. And there's going to be a time, hopefully the planet is still here. I mean, my goodness, the way that this, anyway, don't make me go there. But 1,000 years from now, 500 years from now, 100 years from now, people are going to dig up not only our digital footprints, but people are going to dig up our papers. They're going to dig up our blogs. They're going to dig up our thoughts. And I feel like with all the attention going everywhere, there is no better time to document the truth of your story. There's no better time to document that than now. I feel like some of you might be thinking about writing books or in the midst of writing a book or starting a journal. Like, remember, y'all, that's going to be found one day. And think about it. Think about how this world is rewriting history right in front of our faces. Right in front of our, just by words, just by video. The world is rewriting history in front of our faces. Right here in the United States, the current administration is doing that by telling the Smithsonian, out of all entities, the Smithsonian, an expert on global history, telling the Smithsonian to forget about an integral part of building this country. And what is happening? The community that's being affected by that is writing the stories again, telling the stories again, correcting the narrative that's being placed again. And I feel like the Two of Wands is inviting you to say, like, hey, the world is always going to change, but your story remains the same. You are a representation for the next generation. You will become somebody's ancestor. Oh my gosh. How powerful is that? You are somebody that someone is looking up to right now. Tap in. So when I say, like, you're being called for your attention to be drawn back to you, it is to focus it on something incredibly powerful. Keep saying soul led, something bigger than you, while also allowing yourself to be fed, baby. Two of Pentacles. Oh, I love that. That is the breakthrough. That is the breakthrough. My goodness. Woo. Come on. Come on. Come on and say what you got to say. The Hangman. Totally different perspective. I love that. Let's clarify a little bit more. Man. Y'all know, collective, I am so proud of where you have come from just at the start of this year, just at the start of this quarter, which was like 3 days ago, collective. I'm already getting the emails of the mindset shifts. I'm already getting the emails of how your breakthroughs are going down. Like, this breakthrough series is next level, collective. And I feel like one of the emails that I got, can I share with y'all as I shuffle these cards? One of the emails that I got from my first episode of the breakthrough series is that while I am faith-centered, I'm spiritually centered, and I have my framework for my worship and my praise, I don't shame other people, and they thank me for that. They thank me for not shaming them for having a different journey. I just spoke the facts. I spoke the love into them, and they were very appreciative, and I was appreciative. I try to answer all of my emails as much as I can. Hi. So thank you so much for the person that wrote that. You know who you are. I love you, and I appreciate you, and I appreciate every last one of you that send me emails. Okay, I really do. Oh my gosh, it makes my day. Let's see what else is going on here. 3 of Cups. The Hangman, the 3 of Cups. Oh my gosh. Seeing the Queen of Pentacles at the bottom. Let me split the deck real quick and just get clarification in between. Judgment. The balance. The scale. And I feel like, I gotta stop saying that. I know, collective, that it feels, the way that our attention is always spread out, it can feel temporary when we have a change of perspective, because our muscle memory, the muscle of our memories, the muscles of our thoughts, our brains always go back to chaotic, especially if our brains don't want us to focus on one thing, because it forces us to pay attention to our strengths and our what, collective? Our weaknesses. Okay, tap in. So this Hangman energy is a cause for a pause in recognizing that this is not just a you journey. No, this is a collective journey led by the divine. Now, I know all the time we say, oh yeah, it's me, I'm going to do this. No, baby, it's not just you. It's not just you. It's never you alone. If it's going to be one other energy, one other source that's connected to you, it is the source of God, baby. Tap in. And so when you have this shift of perspective, whenever it lands on your heart, tap in. know that it is going to be a permanent shift, because it's a shift that only God can give you. Not the news, not your mama or daddy, through a divine message. And I love that divinity just came up all throughout here. 5 of Wands. Look at this. Heart-centered. 4 of Wands. Heart-centered. The Empress. Heart-centered. Talking about love. And the Hangman with the 3 of Cups is saying, like, this perspective is dipped in the renewal of spirit. Tap in. Yeah, this is beautiful, collective. This is your confirmation. Your next steps, collective, is to command your attention. Listen. It's easier said than done. I get it. But your next steps are to command this attention, collective. Every time you feel like you're all over the place, I need you to snap back and say, okay, I'm calling my attention back to me. What do I need to focus on right now? Remember how in our preparation season, I said, make lists, collective. A lot of you are making lists in the same device that's taking your attention away. So you make the list, you forget about the list, and then you're scrolling, you're doing all types of stuff. No. I need you to go old school, collective. I need you to get a pen and paper. Do y'all remember what that is? A pen and paper. Do you remember? Pen, paper. Do you remember? Write it down. Write it down. Nah, Travis, because it's true. It's true. Listen, I had somebody do an old school on, got a pen and write on their hand. I said, now, wait a minute. I haven't seen that in forever. Yet, listen, I'm telling you, Miss Leslie, the way that I'm telling you, and it is not your fault, because the way that this programming is happening here in this matrix is wild. So no, you got to call your attention back. If you need to focus, write out your list. Get out a piece of paper, write out your grocery list, write out your to-do list. Every time I end the live stream here, y'all, I literally write out what I need to do next. Okay, a post, okay, download, get my thumbnail. Like, I have to write it down, because if I don't, and I just rely on my memory, I'm gonna be clicking everywhere but there. Tap in, collective. Find out what matters to you. Ooh, this 3 of Cups going straight into the Empress. Nothing but love, nothing but emotions, good emotions, overwhelming emotions, beautiful emotions. I want you to hold on to that, collective, going straight into the 2 of Pentacles. Again, that duality happening. 4 of Wands is pouring into the 5 of Pentacles and shadow work in reverse. I'm telling you, this is a breakthrough. This is a portal. You've never seen this before the way that you have, collective. This perspective is brand new. Oh, I love this so much. I love this so much for you, collective. Now, let's unpack this Queen of Swords and this 6 of Swords. Tapping. It's going to be short. It's going to be quick. I feel like, collective, this Queen of Swords and this 6 of Swords is really saying to you, wow. Tap in. Okay. Thank you, God, for this channeled message. I thank you. It's almost like there is no, God, please grant me the space to give this message the way I need to. Tap in. This 6 of Swords is saying to me that while there are many moments, there is only one space that the information needs to flow through. I gotta stand up so I can show you, okay? Hold on. It's a divine source flowing down to you. There is a divine knowledge that is all of this, everything else is pointing to this divine knowledge collective. I need you to tap in, okay? Because we listen. I'm not playing with y'all when it comes to your breakthrough season. And so when I get these channel messages, when I get this coming through my soul, my spirit, my mind, and I'm giving it to you, it's only one way. Somebody tried to say in the chat, it's your antenna. It is your spiritual antenna. Everything else that's going on around, it's irrelevant. These other four, I feel like these other four swords that are coming through, that's what you need to focus on, those four things. And the Queen of Swords is backing you up and saying, if you think you're going to focus on something else, it will lead you nowhere. Ooh. I love that. I love that. Collective. It's only one source. My goodness. Just real quick before I get up out of here, collective. Just do one more. One more before I get up out of here. Hey, Coco. Okay, I'm gonna take you outside. Coco, listen. Coco thinks that she's just gonna get a walk everywhere she goes. Nope. What just flipped out? Yup. What is the culprit? Yeah. I feel like what the fault and blame is outside. Oh my gosh, collective. I keep saying the fault and the blame. I keep saying you keep being so hard on yourself. And I just said it is not your fault. So being able to see that the Queen of Swords looking away from this. It is not your fault that their attention is everywhere. The matrix is literally designed. I see 1331 on my screen. Oh my gosh, I love that. It is literally designed to make you feel like you're at fault for not always paying attention. That's why I said, no, we calling your energy and your attention back. They try to make it seem like it's your fault. When I say they, I absolutely mean the cabal of the government. Because quite frankly, that's where your attention is going. To the cabal of the government. Social media, lifestyles that are unholy. Tap in. My goodness, that mountain is beautiful. I don't think I've ever seen it. I'm just going to drive that way. As soon as I get out of here, I'm just going to get in my car and drive in the direction of the mountains. Anyway, sorry, I keep looking out the window. They want you to be a part. They collected. They want you so badly to be a part of their grand finale, which is to ensure that you do not call your attention back to you. And when you do, they want you to feel guilty about it. Absolutely not. Tap in. Absolutely not. Anything else, split the deck. Oh, we able to know. Oh, they wasn't expecting this. See, collective, when we look at the Six of Swords, it literally says conscious, subconscious, unconscious, and to rely and be comfortable with what you know and what you want to learn and who you want to be. Oh, I love that. I love that. Knowable, doable, enjoyable, comfortable, dependable. Yeah, That's what this antenna is. That's what this knowledge is, collective. And I'm so here for it. Whew. Listen, collective. Sometimes, the messages just be messaging. Girl, that was supposed to come out there. Okay, I'm sorry, I had to laugh at myself on that one. But listen. The fact is, while I'm over here like joking and stuff, the fact of the matter is, collective, is that you are being called to something greater. You're being called back to complete an assignment that you forgot about, collective. And a part of that is because your attention has been everywhere. And when your attention is everywhere, it is actually nowhere. And I don't want that for you, collective. When you hear that the kingdom of heaven is within, the enemy will do everything it can for you not to look within, to not have you make time for your prayers, to not have you make time to call your power back, to not make you make time to call your attention back, to spread you thin. I see 1, 2, 3, 2 on my screen. The enemy will do its best to get you away from that. Tap in. And I've got to say, it's done a darn good job of doing that, but not good enough, because the collective spots it. And when I say that in order to really call everything back, you got to know how to name it. And I love this for you, collective. The enemy will not get one over on us. The enemy will not get one over on you, collective. Period. So with that being said, collective, I love you guys so much. And I'm not saying that just in passing. What I'm saying, what's going on here is love, baby. That's what's going on here. Somebody in the chat just asked what's going on here. And sometimes they ask that to be smart Alex, but I never have a problem answering that question, because what's going on here is me pouring love and life into you through my words. Tap in. That's a part of my divine purpose. Tap in. So, with that being said, collective, thank you so much for being here for this message. My name is Cass Young Crown. I am an intuitive prophetic speaker, and my goal is to pour into you so that you reclaim your power, stand in it, and be in your divine purpose. I will see you guys on the next one. Don't forget, this is a breakthrough season for all of us. No matter where you are in your journey, each and every one of us will experience an opportunity to break through. See you on the next one, guys. Love you. Bye.